All right.
Okay.
So,
All right. So we want to talk to you about your time in the service in honor of Veterans Day this year. And you have your hat on. You're a World War II veteran.
yeah.
So what do you tell us about what you remember about being drafted to serve?
Well, that big crowd of people, I miss them. Family and friends, and we used to go to Iowa farms all the time, and all the girls are down there, but had a big crowd and I enjoyed, but it was hard to leave because you thought, well, what are you going to do? Maybe this is it, maybe it isn't. And then every time in the service, it just seemed like, well, that's it now. And then when I hit that big wave of water that was up, I can't even remember what they call it now, my mind isn't. And I said, well, this is it now. Boy, that water went up and come down, and I thought, oh, it turned our boat over. We had a big boat, so it didn't turn it over completely, but I thought, oh, this is this crazy how it was.
Yeah. So you were drafted when you were 19?
Yeah.
And then did you go to some kind of a basic training?
Yeah, boot camp in Camp, oh no, can't remember, some play, boot camp. And then from boot camp we went, and I can't remember the place we drafted out to go overseas to Pearl Harbor. Got over there and that was loaded with ships. A month later when we left there was no ships there, and I thought, oh man, that's it. So we went out about 10 miles and met our task force. So they got me my boat, and then I took that LCB landing craft and took the crew in, and then I had to go out and pick up another one, and by the time I was going in on the third wave, and I went in on the second wave and dropped them off about a quarter of a mile and down a 4 foot of water, and they went in, and I had to drop the ramp and tell them, hey, you only got so long to get out because we're still Japanese are right there, and we couldn't be a target. So I had to tell them, you know, if you don't, I'm going to have to shoot and threaten you. So, but anyhow, I didn't. But anyhow, that's the way that went. And then they went down in the water and in, and then I turned around and went back out to the ship. I didn't come in for a second trip, but because they had plenty unloading from the ship. And scary though, I tell you. Especially when you're heading in, you think, oh, this is it. And then I turned around. I had to make a quick turn around because they don't want you to stand there very long. So up and you push them out, and then you turn around and go back.
Yeah.
Heading back for more, but
well, let's share that, because how old are you? You just turned, you had a birthday, a big
96 in June.
Yeah.
I'll be working on 97 at least. 96 and a half in December, December 26th.
And you were only 19 when you served in World War II, when you started serving.
Yeah, well, I tell you, it was, you know, a lot of people don't know about it, and they don't think about it, and you don't neither, but boy, when you're going in, you think, uh-oh. Which one's going to get me? You know? It was scary.
Yeah. So how did you? Church has always been a part of your life, right?
Oh,
you grew
always.
up going to church. You
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
You were saying earlier you miss church right now.
Miss church.
Yeah.
I miss church.
And
I like the singing and the songs of the people, and I like the people, and especially my pastor, my second pastor.
Thank you. But how was faith a part of your life when you were serving in the war at that time? Did you?
Church?
Yeah, or just faith. How was God a part of your life when you were serving during
Well,
World War II?
I was ornery, so I didn't think too much except escaping those Japanese that was over there. And but I tried to do the best I could and help everybody else. I was always a leader, so. My buddies, you know, I lost a real good friend in the Marshals, and I watched him die. And then when I was going in, and all the guys, you know, and even my cheap boats, and he said, Spahr, you go, Spahr, you know. and he always get on me, but he wouldn't jump on me. He just talked tough to me. He was a deep voice, you know, and everybody else couldn't even talk to him, but I could mouth to him, and I didn't try to get smart aleck. I just was a way of talking, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get cocky, you know. That's the way I was.
So what do you think you learned about yourself through your time in the service?
Well, I tell you, I think I learned that God had a good reason for me, and something I'm going to do in life that's going to be, and still I think, what have I got here for? I'm 96 years old. What have I done to keep up this life that you've done for me and my wife to get me up this high? And for what reason, you know? And it's still, well, that's up to God, really. But I ask, but still don't know.
You still have to have some hopes for the future, right? So what are some of your hopes for the future?
For the future,
Yeah.
well, to see my wife and me together, and I got to keep my mind straightened out. Sometimes I just forget who I am, and I forget what I'm saying and what I'm doing. Just kind of, I don't know. I wish sometime I could change my thoughts and everything, but I can't. They're there. And I had a rough time. I thought in the service, never going to come back. And I just thought, well, do what I can, and wherever it happens, you know. And just you just don't know.
Children to act like that.
Yeah.
I was 4 years over there, and I tell you, it was so nice when I come home. My mother was so tickled. She cried, and she was a wonderful wife, or mother. But anyhow, it's you just wonder why, and then just thankful. So many times it could have been gone, and they just seemed like it worked out of everything. I guess I figured the good Lord had a plan for me, and whatever it is, why, still, I'm still going on, because I don't know how long I got to live. When you get up to 96,
Well, none of us do.
you wonder how do you get that far from none to 96.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.